Hey, what's up everybody? This is Paul Clem with the Home Team Brokers coming to you from the Oregon coast. And in this video, we're going to give you a market snapshot of Coos County, Oregon. All that starts now. All right, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. If you want to get more videos like this and you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, tap the little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. In this video, we're going to give you a market snapshot of Coos County, Oregon, more specifically North Bend and Coos Bay, the population center in Coos County. This is where most people are moving to. We work with a lot of folks who are relocating to the Oregon coast. Coos County, this North Bend, Coos Bay area is a very popular area. It's an area that a lot of people have on their radar for a number of reasons. There's some relative affordability. It's more populated, so there's more amenities, more services. It's a beautiful area. You have the bay and you have access to some of the most beautiful beaches on the Oregon coast. So it's no surprise that a lot of people gravitate toward Coos County, North Bend, Coos Bay. In this video, we're not going to talk as much about Bandon, which is probably the next biggest attraction in Coos County. Bandon is just about 20 minutes south of Coos Bay, but is by and large a separate market in and of itself. So if we look at inventory in all of Coos County though, which is measured by months, so the total amount of time it would take for the current inventory to sell with current demand if no new homes came on the market. Right now in Coos County, it's 3 months. So in the past, call it 3 years, it's really been hovering around 1.5 months. So that's pretty low inventory. That is an extreme seller's market. Most properties that are in even somewhat decent conditions in good neighborhoods, or even some of the homes that are on busy streets or have less than desirable attributes, were selling very quickly, multiple offers above asking. That was going on in Coos County. That was going on up and down the Oregon coast, all over Oregon, and frankly all over the country. As interest rates grew last year, inventory started to tick up a little bit because a lot of people were taken out of the market. Demand really took a hit. But there's been enough demand to really sustain home values, although the total amount of sales, the total transaction volume has really taken a dive. So inventory has crept up a little bit. It got up to 4 months about 6 months ago. And then that dropped back down to about 2.5 months. It's up to 3 months now. So, there's been a little bit of a swing. These high interest rates have, again, definitely affected the market. Most notably though, a little bit of an increase in inventory, but we're seeing just far fewer homes actually sell. So less new homes hitting the market, homes sitting on the market for longer. And again, overall, less homes selling on a month-to-month basis. Down 32%, in fact. So there's been 32% less homes sold this year than last year over year, if we look at June 2023 versus June 2022. Now, homes are starting to sell a little bit quicker right now. So the time on market is going down a little bit. But it is way up from last year. So last year, a home could sell in 10, 15, 20 days. The average was going to be about 20, 25 days. And we've crept way up over 30 days, over 40 days, and it's come back down a bit. In recent months, I think part of that, is attributed to the spring market. Things do pick up a little bit in the spring into the summer, especially on the coast. The market stays pretty consistent on the coast throughout the summer because that's when a lot of people are coming out. That's when a lot of people are, more likely to be out and about shopping. They're out of the cold, out of the rain, all of that. Now, the median sale price in all of Coos County is down 3% from $340,000 to $330,000. So, the market, home values, kind of the biggest number that people really focus in on is that median sale price, and home values is down 3%. So, we're looking at a market that was just absolutely ripping in, a lot of 2020, 2021, and at least the first half of last year. Interest rates going up have really hit the market, right? But we're not seeing that crash that I think a lot of people at least expected could happen, right? So again, things have more plateaued transaction volume is down, but home values are only down 3%. So a 3% swing down is really not all that impactful at all. In particular, for people who have been in their homes for 3 years, 5 years, 20 years, 50 years, if you've been in your home for a long time, you have enormous equity gains, and a lot of the home value growth and equity gains that took place in the last 3 years have really sustained for most people. And again, so just down 3%. If we see interest rates start to come down, we're going to start to see home values start to creep up a little bit as well. So there's pros and cons to buying now. There's pros and cons to waiting. That's always going to be the case. Most of the transaction volume in Coos County is happening in Coos Bay first, North Bend second, and then kind of a distant third is Bandon. The median sale price in Bandon is $500,000. So again, we're looking at about $330,000 between North Bend and Coos Bay. Coos Bay a little bit lower, North Bend a little bit higher, and Bandon up to that $500,000 mark. So properties are a little more expensive in Bandon. Again, it is a little bit of a different market. Small little kind of coastal beach town, versus North Bend, Coos Bay. On the bay, larger area, more populated. Still a coastal community, not really on the beach as much. And it's just a different dynamic there. So you're going to have a higher volume of second homes and vacation homes and things like that down in Bandon, more so than in Coos Bay and North Bend. So we can save Bandon for another video. So if you're thinking about moving to Coos Bay or North Bend, whether you have your sight set on one or the other specifically, or if the overall area is something that is on the radar for you, let's take a look at what you can get for your dollar right now. So if we look at all active listings separated by 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and 5 bedrooms, you can start to get a pretty clear picture as to what's out there right now, what the prices are going to look like. Now, the searches that I did to get ultimately the numbers that we're going to talk about in this video are really pretty broad. So there are a ton of factors and a ton of ways you can segment a search that would start to probably provide a little bit of a clearer picture in terms of what prices look like relative to exactly what you're looking for. So we're not taking into account the number of bathrooms, the size of the lot. Do you have a water view? Is it a new house? Is it a fixer-upper? Has it been remodeled? Are you in town? Are you out of town? Are you on well and septic? Or are you on public utilities or public water rather? We can start to segment, again, these searches out and look at those things more specifically, but relatively small area, relatively small housing stock, about 25,000 people between North Bend and Coos Bay, so the largest area on the Oregon coast. But when you look at the total number of active listings, to really get a good sample size, you kind of just have to look at everything. And segmenting by bedrooms, that's probably if not the biggest driver, one of the biggest drivers as far as what people are looking for or what they require in a home search. So some people totally fine with 2 bedrooms. Some people absolutely have to have 4 bedrooms. Some people are looking for 5 bedrooms. Everybody's circumstance is different, right? So for 2-bedroom homes right now, we're talking about detached single-family homes, not condos, townhouses, things like that. There are 15 active listings between North Bend and Coos Bay. The median days on market right now for all active 2-bedroom listings is 37 days, and the median list price is $287,000. So if you're looking for a 2-bedroom home, you're looking about $250,000, probably up to about $325,000. The range is a little bit bigger than that, but that's kind of the sweet spot as far as what you're going to see most of. These 15 active listings, 2-bedroom homes in Coos Bay and North Bend, median days on market 37 days. So once we start to see homes that are on the market for 4 weeks, over 30 days, pushing 2 months, that's really going to signal more of a buyer-friendly scenario. This is always going to be case by case, right? And some sellers are going to be more patient than others as far as what they're willing to accept, how quickly they want to move, how motivated they are. But when we start to see properties that have been listed for over a month, sellers can get a little bit antsy. We're probably not seeing a circumstance in most cases, again, median days on market 37 days, where we have to come in and expect to be competing against other offers, or where we have to bid 10 grand over the list price or 25 grand over the list price. I think we can come in and evaluate this, take our time, and really make a good, fair offer that is, again, acceptable to the seller, but going to give the buyer the best advantage. Okay, so if we look at 3-bedroom homes in North Bend and Coos Bay, 75 active listings, median days on market, 27 days. So a little bit less than the 2 bedrooms. Seems like there's maybe a little more demand for the 3 bedrooms. That does make sense. The median list price, $425,000. So in most markets, in most cases, when you look at a snapshot like this, the median sale price overall is typically going to reflect more or less what would be considered a starter home. That 3-bedroom, 1,500 square feet, maybe 1.5 baths to 2.5 baths. Could be in town, could be out of town, but that's typically what the median sale price is going to reflect. Now we're looking at, again, an abundance of 3-bedroom homes listed between Coos Bay and North Bend right now, 75 active listings, median days on market, 27 days. So still sitting for a while. There's going to be a little bit of a range there. I would suspect that most 3-bedroom homes right now that are well priced, that are listed between North Bend and Coos Bay, it's going to be pretty competitive. Now, there are a lot of options out there that people have, for sure. We do see the median list price quite a bit higher than the median sale price right now, between Coos Bay and North Bend, being $330,000, and a median list price of 3-bedroom homes, $425,000. You know, that's almost $100,000 more, right? For the median list price of a 3-bedroom home in this area. But there really is going to be a range. You know, it's going to be all the way up to $700,000, $800,000, you know, to probably $250,000 at the very low end, but probably somewhere in between $350,000 and $450,000 for a lot of these 3-bedroom homes right now in North Bend and Coos Bay is about what you could expect. All right, so if we're looking at 4-bedroom homes, you know, if you're thinking about moving to Coos Bay and North Bend, you have your sights set on a 4-bedroom home. Right now, there are 25 active listings for 4-bedroom homes. The median days on market is 43 days, and the median list price is $499,000. So that jump, you know, up from kind of the median overall does make sense. So we look at about $500,000 for, you know, most 4-bedroom homes that are listed in Coos Bay and North Bend. That feels a little more right. Again, $425,000 for 3-bedroom median out of 75 active listings does seem a little bit high. You know, and that's probably why we do see a handful of listings that have been on the market for, you know, over 30 days, over 60 days, pushing 90 days. So if we look at 4-bedroom homes, a little bit less to choose from. And we're seeing, again, median days on market, 43 days. So 4-bedroom homes right now, out of all the active listings, you know, are sitting a little bit longer. Now, when we look at this number across the board, whether it's 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4 or 5-bedroom, the active inventory, you know, generally is going to reflect to some degree at least a contingency of homes, of properties that are less desirable for some reason. So the total active listings, when you look at that as a snapshot, you know, isn't always going to factor in as much the homes that sold in 5 days, sold in 10 days, you know, that are pending under contract right now. So there's a lot more that we could dive into here, obviously. This is more or less attempting to give a snapshot of what's on the market right now. There's a lot more that we can dig into, you know, when we talk about actually evaluating where the market is, where the market's going, what you can expect, you know, if you jump into the market in North Bend or Coos Bay. And if you want to talk more about that, of course, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. Click the link down below in the description of the video, schedule a Zoom call with us. We can chat more about this, dig into these numbers a little bit deeper. Again, anytime we look at active inventory, part of that active inventory is going to be properties that have been sitting for a long time, that might need some work, that might not be in the most desirable neighborhood, that, you know, for whatever reason have been sitting for a lot longer. Okay, next and finally, we'll look at 5-bedroom homes right now in North Bend and Coos Bay, and there's only 3 active listings right now for 5-bedroom homes. That's such a small sample size that, you know, really digging into that or trying to kind of extrapolate, you know, market conditions, you know, from just 3 active listings for 5-bedroom homes doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, that's not going to tell us much. You know, that's not really going to paint the bigger picture for us. But for those properties listed, I mean, the median days on market for those properties is only 23 days. So a lot of those listings are relatively new. And the median list price for these 5-bedroom homes is $850,000. So one of those was like 1.9 million, almost into Bandon, actually, kind of pretty far south in Coos Bay. So that's another thing too, when you start looking at 5-bedroom homes that are going to be more than 3,000 square feet, up to 4,000, 5,000 square feet, you know, these larger properties, there's going to be a bigger range. I think probably the expectation for a lot of 5-bedroom homes is you start pushing probably $600,000, $700,000 maybe, you know, depending on the condition, where it's at, all of those things. But, you know, again, for those larger homes, you can start to push $1 million, 1.5, 1.8, depending on what and where. Hi, this is Paul. Hello? Hello? But I think a couple of things, you know, looking at midsummer right now, this is really kind of the peak of the market on the Oregon coast, in North Bend, Coos Bay, a lot of other coastal areas. You know, with just 3 active listings for 5-bedroom homes, again, housing stock is relatively low. There's going to be less 5-bedroom homes on average than 3- and 4-bedroom homes just across the board in total that exist. So there's probably always going to be, you know, fewer 5-bedroom homes listed at any given time. But the demand could be a lot higher too for this higher price point and these larger homes as well. So I don't have in front of me the amount or the number of 5-bedroom homes that have sold in the last 6 months. These are just what's been listed in the last 6 months. Again, just a total of 3. That could at least impart signal that a lot of 5-bedroom homes that are getting listed are getting snatched up pretty quickly, going under contract and selling. But I think a big theme here, something I alluded to earlier in the video, is that so long as inventory levels remain low, again, right now, you know, they've crept up a bit in the last 6, 8, 12 months. Currently 3 months of inventory to support current demand if there were no new listings to hit the market. It's not typically, you know, historically until you get to about 5 or 6 months until you start really swinging into a buyer's market. But, you know, demand has taken a hit so much that homes are sitting a little bit longer. You know, the overall market conditions are a little bit friendlier toward buyers, for the buyers that can come in with cash or afford the monthly payment with interest rates being so high. You know, one of the most certain things right now, if we forecast ahead or kind of try to predict anything in the future, is that interest rates have more likely than not hit somewhat of a ceiling. They're about 7 right now. Even if they went to 7.5, 8, I mean, that would probably have a pretty big impact. But the expectation across the board is that they're going to start to trickle down, you know, come down to 6.5, 6, into the 5s. We might not ever see, you know, 3%, 4% again, you know, at least for the foreseeable future. But if we come down to 6% into the 5s, a ton of new buyers are going to hit the market. A lot of sellers are going to be more willing to sell as well, because a lot of people have been reluctant to sell, right? Because they don't want to turn around and buy when they're currently holding a 3% mortgage rate, you know, to have to buy and get 6.5 or 7%. But, you know, if we start, you know, meeting back toward the middle, we're going to see more activity, more people willing to sell, a ton of new buyers coming into the market or re-engaging in the market. And that overall, from what we've seen in recent history, is a recipe for a lot more activity, a lot more competition, home values starting to increase at a higher rate. Again, year over year, we've seen a 3% reduction, but seeing 5 to 10% in the next 12 months, depending on what rates do, it's possible, you know, the next 12 months after that, again, if rates are coming down, we could see the market really start ripping again. So if that's something you want to chat more about overall, if Coos Bay, North Bend are areas that you are interested in, if you want to talk more about these areas, neighborhoods within these areas, what you can get for your dollar in these areas, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, click the link down below in the description of the video, schedule a Zoom call with us. On that call, we can talk about your budget, your timeline, your needs, your wants, your preferences, really put together a game plan for you. And if this video is helpful, make sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. If you want to get more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. As always, we really appreciate you watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.